To set up a cascading filter in an application, we'll start by adding two drop-down boxes to the canvas, one for country and one for region. Next, we can set up a script at the application level to populate the two drop-down boxes with the appropriate values from the data source. In this example, we will manually construct a statement to populate the first drop-down box with country values. Note that we can activate Content Assistance by pressing Ctrl+Space for help constructing the statement. First, we'll select the drop-down box component and then add the setItems method. Note the placeholders for any parameters are included, and the placeholder for the value parameter is already selected. Using Content Assistance, we can define the next section of the statement to get a member list for the country dimension in the data source. Next, we'll define the key that will be used to retrieve values from the data source. Now we'll define the key that will be displayed in the drop-down box. We can also set the maximum number of values to be displayed in the drop-down box. Finally, we can complete the statement. Here, we've duplicated the statement for the second drop-down box to populate it with region values. Next, let's create a script for the first drop-down box so that the selection filters the values in the second drop-down box. We can filter the data source based on the value selected in the first drop-down box. Using Content Assistance, we'll select the data source and then add the setFilter method. Now we'll select the appropriate dimension and set the value parameter. We can define the value as the selection from the first drop-down box. Finally, we'll add the appropriate method to return the selected value and complete the statement. Now we'll get an updated member list from the filtered data source. Using Content Assistance, we'll select the component and then add the setItems method. We can set the value as the member list for the dimension within the filtered data source. Now we'll define the dimension and other options for the method. Note the completed statement. Let's save our changes and execute the application locally to test the filter. We'll select a country from the first drop-down box. Note that the second drop-down box is now populated with the regions for the selected country only. We have successfully set up a cascading filter. Visit www.sap.com/learnbi for more tutorials on Design Studio and other SAP Business Intelligence products.